by going out, for a short period of time, maybe for a year, up to 3 years, depends on the type of contract, we've qualified the bidder, and we ought to be able to work with them using the unit prices or the hourly rates or whatever it is that we have established with them in a competitive process. Certainly isn't unusual. I agree with the counselor, though, that maybe we can delineate that in a different manner and bring it back in a manner that reads in that fashion.
Do you have something to add?
I don't know if I could help or not, but really what's occurring is that the purchasing department and other departments in the city are trying to amalgamate as many cross-departmental contracts as we can for a number of services. And in doing that, we create repair contracts and service contracts and maintenance contracts of all different sorts. And what we're running into as we do that, we're running into situations where we have for example, a maintenance contract on a boiler. And the boiler breaks down and the maintenance contractor tears the boiler apart. You get 3 days worth of labor tearing the boiler apart. And then we find out there's $7,000 or $8,000 worth of repairs. And under the present process, we then have to stop and go out and find 3 bids. And generally, you don't pick up the phone and say, I've got a boiler apart for 3 days. Can you tell me over the phone how much it's going to cost to fix? You generally have to dispatch somebody to come out and create an estimate, et cetera. And we've not found any real cost savings by doing that. There's been some, depending on the situation, but there's really no cost savings, especially if on the front end or in the maintenance contract, we can establish what the labor rate would be on a repair as well as the overhead, and that's what we're trying to do. And I have this exact situation, as a matter of fact, with a boiler, as we speak, where we literally tore the boiler apart, and we spent 3 days tearing it apart, and found out it needed an extensive amount of repairs, and that boiler sat there cold 6 weeks.
So question to the committee, do you want to proceed with that as it is? Do you want to ask staff to come back with a section 3?
That's the way to do it.
If it's going to be section 3, is that something that could just come to us on the floor next week? Or do you want to see it in committee?
I think we should bring it back to committee, Mr. Chairman, so that you can have it, you can see it, give the explanation.
Okay. You know how I feel about more time. That's fine. Okay. So therefore, who's up for the motion? Yeah.
I move that ordinance 2000, sorry, I move that the Finance Organization Personnel Committee moves that ordinance 2012-21 be put on more time.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded. Anything from the public, other counselors? All in favor? 4-0. Thank you. Okay, as we're looking through the agenda, somehow I don't think that Council Roberts is going to make it. But nonetheless, our next item is a memorandum from Keene Housing Authority. Linda, will you bring this forward? This is regarding a request for a city commitment to fund off-site sewer improvements.
Linda McDonald, Keene Housing Authority, CDBG Administrator. I'm here tonight with several people from the Base Hill Cooperative who would also like to speak just very briefly about the kinds of issues that they've had, but I'll explain the overall situation. 2 years ago, the council approved and we applied for a feasibility study for the Base Hill Manufactured Housing Cooperative on Base Hill Road. And that was successfully done. It did identify a great amount of work that needed to be done. Among that was that the sewer system was very old and somewhat in danger of falling apart. The sewer system consists of 2 parts. One